Greetings everybody, my name is KG Prestige and welcome back to another video here on this channel. And ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Mario Kart World coming out to the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, we already had a good glimpse of it back in the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal trailer, and of course, there is also the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct presentation that we had not too long ago as well. And don't forget, we're also going to be getting a Nintendo Switch 2 presentation designed for just Mario Kart World, where we're going to learn more about the game in its entirety, price withheld and all that. Obviously, there's a lot of controversies with that, but that's not really what we're going to be talking about today. We already had that discussion not too long ago. But I really wanted to more so talk about my overall real impressions on this. A lot of time has passed since I had the chance to talk about it. We had Nintendo Treehouse events, and we've had other people play the game as well, and they've shared their impressions on what they thought of Mario Kart World as a whole. And I thought it'd be fun to just sort of share, just from an outsider's perspective, who has been just viewing all the footage, has been seeing all of the characters that's been playable, have been seeing all of the new mechanics that they've introduced through the Treehouse and other players' performances in the game, and of course the maps themselves, because the map is extremely varied by that. The fact that for some reason it's not designed like half of it all new, half of it retro. Like it used to be like that. But in this game, retro and new are merged in Grand Prix courses this time around, which is a pretty intriguing concept, not gonna lie. Not the end of the world kind of deal, because I really, really love everything else. It's more so me just kind of surprised by that choice. Then again, I probably should have gotten used to this simply because of the fact that the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass for the Mario Kart 8 game on Nintendo Switch was done in that direction. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Mario Kart World, why don't we? And share my thoughts on each individual mode that I saw so far. There being really only two. The Grand Prix mode, which is the traditional format that we've seen for Mario Kart games, but the new mode in particular that got me the most excited, knockout mode. But we'll save that for when we get to it. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the Grand Prix, why don't we? So the Grand Prix is as expected. You simply race around 4 tracks and go from race to race, collect the points necessary, and you, by the end of the 4 races, you win. Easy as that. But things changed up a little bit differently this time around for these titles. And for the most part, it can vary in how people perceive it. Maybe they like it, maybe they don't, because they make one huge change to this. And that is the fact that after every race, you don't start off at the next map. What you have to do is where you're currently racing at, you have to race from there to the course itself and then do one full lap of that course. That in and of itself can be a little mixed, because a lot of people prefer playing a course 3 times. The whole point of the laps is to do 3 laps of the course. But because we're now going from point A to point B and then doing one full lap of the course that we're heading to, this minimizes the replay value of that said course within the Grand Prix itself, of course. And in my opinion, I like this change. I think this is really cool in terms of being able to actually feel that sense of racing to the next thing. But I do understand the criticisms that people have in regards to the fact that, yeah, even though you could do all this, you only get to race this course one time, one lap, I guess I should say. I'm going to go under the assumption that when we play online mode, that's where it's going to be in the traditional format, where every race is going to be like 3 laps, except for the courses that are designed for like one streamlined direction. Like think of it like Mount Wario as an example, where you go from point A to point B, and that is the racetrack itself. Like I assume that Donkey Kong, the spaceport, whatever it is that we saw, I assume that's just going to be one whole lap, and it's not going to be 3 consecutive laps, but we'll find out when the direct comes out, I guess, so I like it. Like I said, I think it's a really cool idea. And it's a nice change of pace for the Mario Kart franchise, because for starters, it's been 10 years since we've played a new Mario Kart game. Mario Kart 8 originally released on the Wii U, then it got re-released as a deluxe edition with enhanced battle modes within Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. And now, after all this time, after the Booster Course Pass, now we're finally getting a completely fresh take at the Mario Kart franchise with Mario Kart World. They also revamped a lot of the things too. For example, we no longer have the gliders that usually would be attached at the very top of the cart, you know, when you're just casually going down. This time around, it's built into the vehicle itself, which, by the way, that is another big change as well. The customization that you had back in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is no longer present here. When you select a vehicle, it's the whole vehicle. You don't customize the wheels, you don't customize the gliders like it used to be. No, what you're getting is what you're going to get, similar to how it was in prior games and like in Mario Kart Wii as well. So, I think this is a nice change of pace. I'm fine with that. It's not going to be the end of the world. And I mean, just from the screenshot I saw that had a dolphin riding the dolphin cart. I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm looking forward to this. I am grinning I'm grinning with joy, man. This looks so much fun. I love what I've been seeing, and I cannot wait to see more goofy concepts be like that. Hell, I think there was a video that released not too long ago from somebody on social media that showed like 23 cow racers. Like, so yeah, no, it's like, I look forward to that. And speaking about racers as well, we now move into, from what was 12 racers, now into 24, the biggest in the entire franchise. And that speaks chaos to me. Unfortunately, this also means that a lot of the items that you might be familiar with also kind of got streamlined this time around. For example, the bullet bill just blasts through, but it doesn't actually hurt racers when they like touch it from the sides. It just bumps them, as an example. And some moves also got a little bit more streamlined this time around. For example, I think the Mega Mushroom, if I thought you got hit with lightning back in the day, you would just shrink back to your original size. But if lightning were to hit while you were in the Mega Mushroom in Mario Kart World, you still stay as a Mega form as well. So, yeah, this kind of makes things a little bit more on the competitive and chaotic side. Because once again, there are 24 racers. How in the world are you going to control this? Is this going to be the next Mario Kart Wii in the most unbalanced movesets for this franchise? We don't know. But from the footage I've seen so far, it looks like it is a lot of fun, and it is a stressful race as well, especially with the other mode that we're going to be talking about right now. And personally, to me, this one I think is going to be the seller. I genuinely believe Knockout Tour is going to be the big one for this game. Just to give an idea as to what the Knockout Tour is, essentially, you're going from course to course, non-stop, by the way. There's no pause whatsoever. You just simply go straight into the next lap. And you have to reach a certain ranking in the race, whether it be the top 20, top 16, top 12, etc., as the race continues to carry on. Because if you don't, you get, well, as the game tells you, you get knocked out. And what this causes is a lot of racers racing to reach that ranking. And it creates a whole level of chaos that you do not find with just a traditional Grand Prix. Now, mind you, obviously we have the traditional Mario Kart moments of, versus mode and whatnot. But Knockout Tour, with its concept in of itself, I apologize there, but in and of itself, is so chaotic. Just from the idea, like, imagine if you're the 20th racer and you got like 4 other racers hightailing it behind you who are trying to beat you in that. That shit will stress you out. But I am so looking forward to this. I think this has a lot of potential to be so much fun, and the replay in this is going to be out of this world. This also makes me kind of question how many Knockout Tour map designs there are, because from what we saw in the map, obviously there are a lot of point A to point B's, but like, how many are there? Are there just as much as there are for like the Grand Prix? Like, I know Grand Prix, we have 8 traditional Grand Prix designs, but like for Knockout Tour, how many of those do we have? Do we have like 8 maps of those, or do we have 16? Like, how many are we talking about here? We don't really know that yet, and I'm going to assume that the direct will probably detail more about like how many like roads there are for Knockout Tour. And if at any point they say, oh, by the way, we're gonna patch out more later down the road with more new map layout designs and all that for course to course, given that this game is open world, by all means, yes, I would love that. Make it feel infinite, make it feel limitless, and make the designs just chaotic as hell. I think it would create a lot of fun for Knockout Tour. So I really hope that that the Direct really tackles more on the concept of Knockout Tour, because I do believe that this is going to be the big one for this game. Not the traditional versus modes. I really do believe Knockout Tour is going to be where the top players are going to be playing the most in this game. It just feels chaos. It's the most chaotic I think you can get with a Mario game, and I will stress the hell out when I get top 8 or top 4, and you're like racing towards the end and be like, whoo. At least that's just me personally, of course. So I look forward to Knockout Tour the most, and cannot wait to see how people will play in this one. Once again, they showed off footage of this and the Nintendo Treehouse, and also of people playing this in the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. So it seems like a lot of people are really, really enjoying this one, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it in just a couple of months from now. We also have the concept of free roam, which is being able to drive wherever you want to, from point A to point B. Anything is possible. Anything is limitless. You can take selfies in certain spots. You can drive off the rail. You can drive into the ocean. You can just look at toads that are in a bench. Do whatever your heart desires. This is an open world Mario Kart map from beginning to end. And this brings out the childhood in me. I remember back in Nintendo 64, and I'm pretty sure a lot of content creators also point this out too, but for me as well, I'm just as one of them too. Mario Kart 64 in the Princess Peach Royal Raceway track, you can actually drive to Princess Peach's castle in that game, but on the Nintendo 64 version. In Mario Kart 8, you can't do it. They lock the gates from you entering. But in the Nintendo 64, you're able to just drive into it, which is such a cool thing that we never get to experience, again in that sort of feel. But now Mario Kart World is like, what if we take that element that you enjoyed from 64 and expand it to the entire world? Every track, every layout, every territory or terrain, from grass to desert to sea, the entire world is your oyster, and you, my friend, can have access to it at any time. But not only just by yourself, you can also go out of your way to do this with friends too. And that to me is also going to be a lot of fun. Imagine being able to free roam in the maps, being able to look around the worlds, being able to like discover things together. I hope there's a lot of elements of discovery and items to unlock and goodies to collect, because you don't want to make the zones just feel empty. Like, I do love that they really make it feel as alive as they can. Like having the Koopa Troopas drive the little vehicles, having the Toads sit down by the bench, having these boats roam around in the sea. Like they're already handling that. But like in terms of collectibles, in terms of like, seeing characters drive around and whatnot, like I really hope that they like up the ante for that one. So I look forward to that. And I look forward to playing free roam with buddies as well, because of the fact that you can with friends. You can go around, take pictures together. They showed this off in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct as well. And I'm going to assume they're going to show off more elements of that in the Nintendo Mario Kart World Direct later in the future. So, yeah. No, everything about this game looks like a lot of fun. They also showed off the fact that it is a game that's going to be releasing on launch day with Nintendo Switch 2. So you can get it as a bundle completely for $499.99. So far, pre-orders aren't available as of yet, but it will be a thing that will be dropping out really soon. So I look forward to actually getting my hands on that when it officially drops. But yeah, what else can I say other than I look forward to this title? I think it's going to be one of the most innovative feeling Mario Kart games we've had in a long time. And the reason I say it's a long time is because it's been almost a decade since Mario Kart 8. We haven't technically gotten a new Mario Kart. We're not counting Tour, by the way. Yes, Tour is still a mainline, but it's in terms of a console release, it's not a console game. So it's been a decade since the last main Mario Kart console game. So I look forward to, playing this when it officially drops on June 5th. And yeah, for sure, I'm probably going to buy the bundle. I saved $30 extra on that. Yeah, I know a lot of people are, I'll probably dabble in right now. I know a lot of people are iffy about the pricing. It's $79.99, $80 plus tax. It could shoot up to $85 or maybe even $90 depending on what region you live in. And we don't know if that's going to really change or not from this point. So fingers crossed that maybe Nintendo kind of heard the criticisms. Maybe they may lower it to $70, or maybe it might stay $80. But that Nintendo Direct for Mario Kart World needs to go and justify that $80 price tag. I'm still going to get it because, well, come on, I want to play the next Mario Kart, and I think Nintendo knows that. But like for casual consumers who just like to, for youngins, I feel like this kind of price tag, it might be a little too much. So I really hope, once again, that the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct for Mario Kart World is something that really helps justify the $80 price tag. Hell, we haven't even seen battle mode anywhere in this game. Is battle mode even a thing in this one, or is it like straight up dead? Like, we don't know as of right now. So there's a lot of mystery surrounding this game and a lot of open possibilities. So far, from the footage I've seen online, it looks fantastic. It looks like a lot of fun. I cannot wait to play it. And yeah, that's really all I got to say. So please, chat, let me know in the comment section down below what do you guys have to say about Mario Kart World as a whole. Do you guys look forward to it? Who are you going to be maining in that game? There's like 40-something plus characters in there, from cow to dry bone fish to dolphin. Obviously I'm still gonna be rocking my boy Yoshi, but I did see the multicolored Yoshis are back, and one of the costumes that they have is like this gentleman Yoshi, and oh my god, he is going to be my main. He looks dapper as hell, and I'm gonna be rocking him. I'm gonna be like just strolling my way to first place in the most dapper way possible for sure. But really though, I really want to hear from you guys. What are you guys looking forward to the most for this title? And most importantly, who exactly are you going to be maining in Mario Kart World? Please let me know in the comments down below. With that being said, my name is KG Prestige. Thank you all so very much for joining me here today. And I'll talk with all you lovelies later in whatever video I make. Take care, everyone. And as always, do me a solid and have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care, everybody. Toodles.